Welcome to Your Wedding, Your Way, the podcast that is all about helping you stay true to you when planning your wedding. I'm T, this is D, your host. I'm photographer, D's photographer and videographer. Check out our websites, links in the comments below. Let's jump straight in.
Impressed with that.
Thanks.
I thought you were going to go off a bit with that. Your wedding, your wedding at first, but you reined it in.
I reined that shit in.
I'm impressed. Right, T, are you ready for today?
Yep.
I think you've had too many coffees.
Yeah, this is actually my third one.
Is that why you bouncing?
Yeah, that's how I'm going to be today.
Okay, that's awesome because it's usually me bouncing, but I'm going to have a day
I thought
off
I was
today.
going to be professional.
I thought you were going to be
And me.
professional, but
Like, I even came dressed professionally.
I was going to say you've really made an effort today.
Thanks.
And I'm just in a hoodie and just slacks and
Thanks.
Right. So last week we touched on planning weddings.
Yes, we did.
The stresses, the pressures that come with it.
Yes.
The peer pressure.
Stop saying yes, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the topic we're going to talk about today is beautiful because we both have completely different views. And I mean like opposite side of the spectrum of this topic.
Okay.
So I think today could get very heated or at least passionate.
Let's do this. I'm ready for you.
So last week we spoke about the stresses, the pressures and all that on planning the wedding.
I
want to get a little bit more on the personal side for brides and grooms and people in general. So what I want to discuss today is the anxieties and the pressures that people put themselves on for how they look, their appearance. Are they going to look beautiful and perfect on the wedding day?
Every bride and groom looks beautiful on their wedding day.
We know that. But,
Yeah.
okay, we know that, but they don't. Brides are watching this going, yes, I have this bridal anxiety.
I think on the day they know. I think on the day when it all comes together, they're like, dang it, look at me, I'm so fine.
Can I ask from someone who is really into their appearance,
No.
which you are?
Okay.
Yeah, you are very much, you care a lot about how you look. You have to look a certain way. You can't even leave the house without putting some smack
Makeup on. Oh, gosh, no.
Yeah, you can't even do the school run,
Gosh, no.
right? All of these things.
Mamas don't want to be seeing this on the morning, like with no makeup on. They just don't. It's not nice.
Is that a mama's thing or is that a Tony thing?
That's a world thing.
It's a Tony thing, right? So
It's a
my
Tony
question
thing.
to you is, why do you think brides have this anxiety about how they look for their wedding day? What is that?
They want to look perfect on the wedding day. They want to look the best they have ever looked.
Okay, but why do you think there's so much pressure? Why do you think brides are constantly... And I'm going to put this out there. I had a bride reach out to me and one of her stresses for her wedding, and it created a lot of stress, it even caused her not to be able to sleep, was how she's going to look. She put so much pressure on her weight,
Because
her body image. What is it about?
the bride is the center of attention. All eyes are on the bride. Like, they are, let's be honest. Everybody wants to see the dress. Everybody wants to see what the groom's wearing, what the bride's wearing. That's a fact. They are the center of attention. This is their day. Everybody's looking at them.
So you think that there's a lot of pressure on brides to look perfect on the wedding day because they are the showpiece. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
See, that's thrown a curveball for me because I get it. I get it.
Yes.
I get what you're saying. Brides have an awful lot of anxiety. How am I going to look in the photos? How am I going to come across so beautiful? How am I going to look like that Pinterest model? How am I going to come across like that? How am I going to look fantastic in my wedding photos? Right?
Blame social media.
You blame social media, but I'm coming from
back to social media.
I'm coming from a perspective of a professional. Professionals don't go into a room and go, "Oh, I can't make her look like that Pinterest model." I go in and I'm like, that's my bride. She's stunning. She's beautiful in the way she is. I don't
because
look
we
at their
see
appearance.
them as beautiful no matter what. Every bride is beautiful. Like once they are in that dress and in that bride mode or groom mode, they like transform. It's beautiful.
We get that. If they're worried about how they're going to look at in their wedding
photos. But that's our job, to make sure that we know how to make them comfortable, how to pose them properly in a way that they feel confident. Because as professionals, we do know that there are certain things we can do to elevate, is that the right word? Elevate curves and, make people look slimmer if they want to look slimmer, or there's certain sides to them that they prefer. So there's things that we can do that will help. As a professional, we should know that anyway. I'm glad
you've touched on that, because as a professional photographer, it's your job to understand, first and foremost, what is that bride's anxiety? What is it that they're worried about most? And then combat that. And the thing is, if you have a photographer that you're not comfortable with in the first place, there's no way, shape or form that you're going to come across as your best. The confidence is going to go.
Definitely not.
You're going to hate being in the images. You're going to be literally like, I don't even want to.
You're just going to hate having photos taken. Mm-hmm. You're not going to want that. But that's why I think it's so important to build that reputation up with your clients beforehand. Mm-hmm. Because if anybody is nervous, they'll let you know. They'll tell you straight off. I have it all the time. People say all the time to me.
Nervous.
I always make people nervous. I make myself nervous.
You make nervous a lot. Jesus.
No, but I have clients all the time say to me, we are not confident people. We are not confident in front of the camera. We don't look at photos. We don't look at videos. We don't like how we look on them, so we never take them. Mm-hmm. I have it all the time.
That is a really good stepping stone, because if your supplier doesn't understand your anxiety, how are they going to help you overcome those niggling thoughts and stuff? They're not.
Because if you meet your clients on their wedding day, and that's the first time you've met them, and then they openly say to you, oh, I'm really anxious about this, or I don't like this. Like, I can't imagine doing that and turning up on a wedding day and having that first conversation with the bride and groom and knowing that they're not comfortable. I want to meet them. I want to see them. I want to see how they are when they are on camera with me. And that doesn't mean going out and doing a shoot, a proposal shoot, not a proposal, engagement shoot. That doesn't mean necessarily doing that. It could be anything from Zoom. Like, you're still on camera. I still get a feel for people, how they act on that camera. Mm-hmm. Like, I know if I'm going to be able to bounce off somebody and be able to connect with them on their wedding day just from that video call.
So I'm a bride. You're the photographer. You're the expert. Tony, I'm really self-conscious of this. I'm really worried of how I'm going to look in my wedding photos. Like, it's stressing me out now. What can I do? What am I going to look like? Oh, my anxiety's creeping up. Oh my God.
What is it that's stressing you out?
I just don't like how I look.
Is that how you look body-wise? How you look in your face? What is it what you don't like?
Everything about me.
Everything.
Look at this nose. I could cut down trees with this conch. My hair's falling out, Bab. My body, oh my God, my boobs are way bigger than proportion than me rest of my body. I hate it. I'm a tomboy. I've never wore a dress. I'm just so, oh my God.
In that case, I've got a fantastic photographer friend.
D?
Yep. D?
D get the turn. Oh my God, babe, you look fucking amazing. Let's go. It's all about it. Look, I've had it a lot, all the time. You need to find a photographer that is going to, one, understand it, two, work with you. So if let's reverse it, T. You're the bride. Give me your worst. Give me your worst. What is it about? What is it you don't like, Tony?
I'm just really I'm really self-conscious. I just hate the way I look.
Is there anything in particular?
Everything.
Everything. What, your whole body, your
Everything.
facial structure? Okay,
Everything.
so let's concentrate on the positives. What's your favourite style of photography? What do you love? You know, when you look on the Instagram, what catches your attention? Is it the posed shots? Is it the candid shots?
I do love the pose shots.
You love what is it about the posed shots?
I think they're
you
really
love?
striking.
In what way?
The fierce, the striking, they just resemble confidence.
So you love those brides that are oozing confidence. You
Absolutely.
love those brides that have got that. I'm guessing from what you're telling me, it's that high fashiony kind of like
Absolutely.
serious, right? Just off what you're telling me. What if I can make you look and feel like that? Would that make you feel confident? To
I'd
go?
be sold.
Yeah. Let's have a chat.
Okay.
And what I'd like to do is before the wedding, a month before the wedding, right? I'd like to meet you in person. Not over the video call. I want to meet you in person because then.
But I live really far away.
I'll meet you. It's not a problem.
Because to me, I live in Wales.
That's totally fine. To me, it's more important that I know my bride is comfortable and confident on her wedding day. I couldn't give a shit how far I have to travel. I've got to travel on your wedding day anyway. But what I'd rather do is beforehand meet up with you, go over your concerns, show you, look, there's nothing to be worried about. We're going to have a good day. Let's meet up. And then a month before the wedding, if I can give you some poses that would make you just feel
I'd
amazing.
really like
so
that.
Then you can practice in your own mirror, in your own build up your own confidence. And then
I'd
on the
feel
wedding
stupid
day,
doing it though in front of the mirror.
that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You will feel stupid. It's normal to feel stupid. But I would like to just do that with you. Run through everything, because then I know on your wedding day the one thing you don't need to stress about is your wedding photography, and I know exactly what it is you're looking for, and I can create all that. Would that make you feel better?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Done.
Sold.
Done.
Take my money.
Find a photographer
Who
that understands what is it. Look, let's not focus on the negatives. What is it about your wedding? I want to. So from a wedding, I'm going a little bit off here, but from a wedding photography perspective, it's important to me to understand what's going on in your head. What is it that you truly like? What is the style that you like? And how do we achieve it? Because I know then at the end of the day, I can hand my clients their wedding photos and they're going to look and feel fucking amazing.
Definitely.
Does that make sense?
Definitely.
So find a photographer that you feel confident in, feel
and who
comfortable
knows
with.
how to work with you to
100%.
achieve what you want to achieve.
100%. So if you were to get married, what would be your biggest worry from a appearance look for your wedding day? What would be that?
Mine would be how I looked in my dress.
So a dress is a big thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would need to make sure I lost weight. So I didn't have my baby belly in my dress. Or I just need to find some very good underwear to pull me in. But no, the dress, my weight would be the issue.
So it would be more weight rather than makeup.
It would, yeah.
Okay.
Because the wedding dress, everybody wants to see the wedding dress.
Okay.
So if I didn't look good in the wedding dress to make it, if I didn't make the wedding dress look good, although it should be the other way around, the wedding dress should make you look good. Mm-hmm. But my thoughts are, I need to make the wedding dress look good.
So I'm going to throw something back. My view would be I couldn't care less, because again, I'm not into looks and stuff. When you're choosing your wedding dress, you know when you try that dress on. You know, because that dress will make you feel incredible. When you try that perfect dress on, I've had it before where brides are like, I'm really worried. I don't know how I look. I need to go to Weight Watchers. I need to do all this sort of stuff. I had a bride last year that said to me, I was so fixated on how I look and I need to lose weight, but then I tried my dress on and it made me feel instantly beautiful.
That's lovely.
Mm-hmm. So a dress, I get what you're saying. It's a huge thing. What brides need to understand is that it's not about how you look. It's about how it makes you feel.
Oh, I like that. And it does make you feel so like you put that outfit on.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is not just for brides, for grooms.
Mm-hmm.
Once they're like looking dapper in the suit, that instantly you just see it.
Mm-hmm.
You see straight away that confidence, you know, and that's just, it's beautiful to watch because you see them. Obviously, we see them from the preps right until they put those outfits on.
Yes.
And the change in them is it's not much. I suppose it's not much, but you do see it. And that's the thing. And on your wedding day, you will have people tell you how beautiful you are regardless. And I think you need to take away, when you come away from the wedding day, take all that away and just remember that you're beautiful regardless.
Exactly.
It doesn't need to take one day for you to realise that you're beautiful. You know, every day you should realise it, not just one.
Just get up every day, look in the mirror
and
and
say
go,
to yourself,
you're fucking
I am
fit as fuck.
I'm awesome. Look how beautiful I am. Own that shit.
Own it.
Own it.
100 fucking %. So that's the thing. It's amazing what a dress or a suit can do for a person's confidence. It's insane. Do you think wedding planning has an impact on a person's self-image?
Yes.
Why?
Because the bride and, as I say, the groom, both parties, regardless, know that it's going to be their day and all eyes are going to be on them. Like everything, the whole preparation from buying the dress to having someone do your makeup to that then going into your skincare routine, which actually some brides have started 2 years prior to the wedding.
What?
They've changed skin routines. Yes, this is a thing.
See, I didn't know that.
This is a thing, yes.
Wow, okay.
That is a thing. If you want to get your skin looking wedding perfect, then you need to be starting that, looking at that like way in advance and changing up your routine to get that glow on your wedding day. And people do it.
Up to 2 years in advance?
Up to 2 years. Up to 2 years.
I've learned
Yes.
something new today, mate.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've learned something new today. So, from a planning perspective, you're saying it has a massive impact. I don't get why, and this is where I'm going to sound really horrible. I don't get why people put so much pressure on themselves to look perfect for one day. I'm sorry if I've offended anyone there, but I don't get it. I don't understand.
Did you want to look perfect on your wedding day?
Don't give a shit.
Did you not?
I
Did you
would've
have your hair and makeup done?
Yeah, because it was,
Why?
because it was, here we go. This is great. If I'd have done my wedding now, after shooting all these years, now I had my wedding before I was a wedding photographer. I barely just started.
Okay.
So for me, planning my
But
wedding
did you
it's routine.
Did you wear makeup prior to your wedding?
No.
So why would you wear it on your wedding
Because
day?
it was routine, you had to.
So you went with it because...
It was routine.
Wow.
Yeah. I wore a dress because you had to.
But you really don't.
Here we go. Are you ready for this one? I've never wore a fucking high heel in my life.
Was you like Bambi on ice?
I had to hold on to my brother who gave me, or I had to fucking hold on to him for dear life. Like, Jesus Christ. I had to wear heels because you have to wear heels. Fuck me. If I was getting married today,
You really don't.
I'd be...
Converse.
This is why I'm doing this fucking podcast. I'll be in Converse. I'd be in a fucking tracks. I don't care.
Yes.
I would not do it. If I'd have done my wedding today, mate, I would have done it completely different. I wouldn't have done all the hoo-ha because that's not me. I'm the biggest tomboy in the fucking world.
Would you wear a suit now?
I wouldn't wear a suit because
I love brides.
If it's a bridal suit,
I love brides who rock suits.
I've
like,
never seen
honestly,
a bridal suit. I've never had one.
Or jumpsuits.
See the bridal
love,
No.
love.
No, at all. I would probably go down that route because
Yeah,
a
love
dress
it.
for me is just. I'm not a girly girl. It's just. But on my wedding day, I felt okay. I haven't wore a dress since. I never wore a dress before for that one day because I thought you had to. But again, it's that thing, isn't it, where people don't know, and that's why we're doing this podcast. People don't know that you don't have to go.
You don't have to. so many now. Heels, we rarely see heels anymore. It's all trainers.
Trainers. 100%.
Trainers
If I was to do it
all
again,
the way.
it'd be trainers or Converse.
But you know what? I saw something the other day actually, and it was on social media, and it was this whole story because 2 of the guests, which I think was their daughters, had wore trainers to the wedding, and one had wore jeans.
Okay.
And the other one had wore like a bit of a shorter dress, but there wasn't classed as wedding appropriate, and people were saying I would have sent them home, I wouldn't have let them stay, I would never have let them turn up like that. And I'm thinking,
did the
why?
bride and groom give a shit?
No,
Then no one out there should be
absolutely,
judging. 100%.
like
Not your wedding.
And most of the time, the teenage girls, they're gonna rock up in trainers now. That is just the style. That's
so
the fashion.
trendy. It's awesome.
It is.
Were they comfortable?
Hell yes.
Did they enjoy the day?
Most likely.
So I'm guessing these 2 girls are not girly got. They're like me, tomboyish, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If you're going to put them in hair and makeup and a dress and fucking heels, they're not going to enjoy that day.
Definitely not.
So uncomfortable.
Just let them be them.
Just let them be them.
You know, there's already enough pressure on people anyway to look a certain way without adding more on and telling them how they should and shouldn't look. Like it's just be yourself. Do you?
100%. So let me add on to that. For bride and grooms out there, right? Why do you think, and I want the overall generalized answer, right? Why do you think brides and grooms and anybody getting married puts that much pressure on themselves or feels like they're not going to look good enough? Why do you think there is all of that pressure on them to get it right for themselves? Why do they have to go on Weight Watchers? Why do they have to change their opinion? Their
I
appearance?
don't think they do it. I don't think they do it because they think they've got to change it. I think they do it because they want to.
Why do you think that? Why would they? So hear me out. A bride has actually said that she felt that much pressure on how she's going to look in the dress, she's not going to look as good as the Pinterest models. She's not.
But you've got to remember, you are not that Pinterest model. You're not. You are a completely different person, and if you want to change the way you look, whether that is in your face, in your body, whatever you want to change, if you want to change anything, you need to do that for you,
100%.
not for anybody else.
Yes.
So take away all those pressures and sit with yourself, take yourself to a corner and have a word with yourself. Because
can you have a word with yourself?
Yeah, but I want to change things about me. I'm just, I know what I need to do to change. I can pick myself apart and moan about myself.
You do.
But I know what needs changing. I just don't do it. So I can moan about myself. But
Okay.
I know I need to go to the gym and be on eat a healthy diet.
But do you do that?
No.
Why?
I'm
If it
too
means that
lazy.
much to you.
It's easier and quicker to go and get
complain.
surgery. No. But I know the healthiest route. Tony, get off your arse. If you think it's your fat arse, get off it. Take your ass to the gym. Go and train and
Sort
work
your shit out.
Give your head a wobble. Honestly. And that's what I want to do. Sometimes
Then
is
use
just grab
this
myself and
podcast.
say, get a grip, Tony.
So how many times have I said that to you? Oh my God, I'm like a broken
But
fucking
it doesn't
record.
matter how
But
many
hear me
times
out.
somebody says it to you. It's got to come from within.
100%.
You've got to want to
So,
do it.
Here's the podcast, right? 3 fucking
Hey,
hours of recorded,
hey,
right?
hey.
People are watching this. Can you hold yourself accountable to do that after declaring that? This is it now.
I have anxiety about going into a gym. The thought of people like looking at me and oh God,
Can't you do it in your own
I can.
hit session in your own
and
office?
This is what I'm going to start doing. And I say this all the time.
You
now.
say this all
I
the
just
time.
don't have
She doesn't
time.
do it.
Don't have time for social media. Don't have time to work out. Don't have time for me.
Then all of a sudden she'll go, Dee, have you watched this murder doc? Oh my God. That's why you don't have any fucking time.
Yeah, I should really be training whilst watching murder
Get a
documentaries.
treadmill.
I've got one.
Then put the treadmill in the living room. Murder documentary on your treadmill.
Do you know what? That's what I'm going to do.
Do it.
I've actually got my Alexa now set up in my office, in my studio. and the treadmill's there. Why am I not just putting a murder documentary on whilst the treadmill's on? Like, come on, Tony, think about it.
Okay.
Honestly.
See, I love this. Now this is where it's going to get really kind of like, because I'm going to be asking you from a personal standpoint and a professional standpoint.
Okay.
Put yourself in the bridal shoes, not in
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, not in professional photographer's shoes, okay? Would you feel a lot less anxious if there wasn't professional photos being taken?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because I haven't got a camera shoved in my face. I'm not going to be looking back on loads of photos thinking, oh, look how I looked.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's put you in Tony perspective now. Say I'm shooting your wedding. Would that make you feel a little better?
Have I met you?
It's me.
Have I met you?
It's
I don't
me.
know you. You're just a photographer.
It's me, as we are.
Okay.
How much you know me.
So have I met you? Do you do consultations?
Tony, it's me shooting your wedding.
Okay, I know you.
That's what I'm saying.
So, of course, I'm going to feel...
Going from...
Would I feel... Listen, regardless, I hate my photo being taken. I hate it.
I'm the same. I think
Legit,
it's photographers in general.
I hate it.
We
I don't know if it's just our generation.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the younger gen can, like... They'll stand there with the phone cameras, like, they'll go live. I can't even do that. Like, I admire that. I do actually admire them. Some people hate it and think that it's really cringy. I admire them. I think it genuinely does give them some confidence when they are doing the videos. That stuff I don't think you can add filters on videos. I could be wrong on that actually. But you do see the confidence the youngsters have, and I love that. I wish that was something I had. Okay. I wish I could go out and pose when somebody took a photo. I wish I could act like...
Bitch, you do. Every time we do a picture, you're there with your duck face. Yeah, literally.
Take a photo.
Yeah, legit.
It's legit. Awful. It's so cringy. But I do that because I hate smiling on photos. Unless I've got my fake teeth in, I ain't smiling.
She has a fake veneers in.
I do have fake veneers. I love my fake. And they are clipping veneers because I was too scared to go and have real veneers because of the fact that they fold all your teeth down. So I thought, okay, I'll just get some clipping ones. And when I go out, I look a completely different woman. Like, if you saw me when we was out, you'd be like, that ain't Tony. You would laugh your ass off because I probably do look like a bit of a horse with them in, like, like, and half the time I can't speak with them in because I have a lisp, but it's like,
no, that's just the yam yam in your bab.
Could be the yam yam. I love my teeth. I love my teeth in. It took me a while to not wear them all the time. I've had to. That's something I've had to.
So you're making progress.
I'm making every day. I make progress.
That's good.
Every day.
That's good.
I'm proud of me.
So let me add on a little bit extra. Let's take away
extra.
Let's take away the social media aspect. I feel like I'm looking down at you, but like I keep getting. I don't want to take my glasses.
Let's take social. Yes, let's take away social media.
Social media. Let's take away family, friends.
Okay.
Let's take away all the typical pressures. You've got no professional wedding photographer. It's just you. Hubby, wife, whoever it is to be, right?
Okay.
And 2 witnesses. Would you still have the same anxiety about how you look?
Of course.
Why?
Because I'm a bride and it's my wedding day.
But there's nobody there to see it or witness it.
It's the biggest day of your life. It's something that some of us girls dream about. Like, as a little girl, that is something that I thought about often. I was that little girl that wore princess dresses. Actually, was I?
Girl,
I don't know if I was, because half the time
Bitch,
I'd have...
I've seen pictures of you as a kid. You were a chav, like...
Yeah, I was actually, wasn't I? I was the biggest chav. I would still class myself as a chav. I love it. I love the chav look.
I'm a chav.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's just comfy clothes to me. But I did have the gold chains.
Mate,
and the gold
if I could find that photo, have I got permission to put it on?
No. No.
Tony sent me a picture. I ripped the piss out of you. I ripped it out so bad. She looked like Mr. T.
Miss T.
Miss T, Mrs. T. Literally
Miss
Mrs.
T.
T. Like, mate, I couldn't see your neck.
Yeah, I had it. Yeah. I was a big chav.
Okay.
So maybe I didn't wear the princess dresses.
No.
I'd have to go back through baby photos to see this because I'm not
I need
actually
to see
sure.
it, mate.
But growing up, when I did turn into a girl, oh my goodness, I couldn't wait to wear that princess dress and to look like that toilet roll holder.
Mate,
I
honestly.
love it. I love.
So, if you feel the pressure to fix anything before your wedding, right? Like your appearance wise, where does the pressure come from? I think we've touched on it. Is it
In
yourself or is it external forces or is
It's
it a
yourself.
mixture of two?
Yeah, it's a mixture of two. I would genuinely say it is probably a mixture of two. At first, I would have said myself. A lot of it is in my own head.
Internal thoughts.
Yeah, a lot of it is. And so it does go to show that actually, like, people don't care what you look like. Like, as you get older, people don't care. They might when you're young because they just want to, I don't know, bully you or whatever they do to make themselves feel better. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. But as you get older, you start to care less. I still want to look okay. I still want to look presentable. I don't want to offend people by looking, rolling around in my pajamas all the time. And nah, it's not me.
Okay, so I'm going to ask one
Actually, I
last...
love my pajamas. But I wouldn't go to shop in them.
I'm going to ask one last question and then I'm going to ask you questions on how we deal with this. Give advice to brides.
Okay.
Okay. So if you could change the way society talks about appearance,
Yes.
what would you change? That's a tough one.
It is a tough one. I think things are changing very slowly. It is happening, and that for me is everything. That's what I want to see.
People are people.
Yeah, they are.
Regardless.
Yeah, and if you can love yourself for who you are, and put that message across to others, when you see a curvier girl and they are, promoting the body and have all this beauty and self-love for the self. And in that comment section, there's so much positivity towards this woman, this beautiful woman, because it's not the norm that people would normally see, but it's what people want to see more of.
I'm sorry to cut you up, but I need to just put on there. We briefly discussed others, keyboard warriors, will constantly put people down to make themselves feel better. And it's because they've got these issues. They think these issues about themselves, so they have to project that onto other people to make themselves feel better. But look, at the end of the day, it comes down to, I look at you as a person.
You
right?
do.
I look at you as a person. I've
Not
said
a pineapple.
You could come. How many times? Fucking hell, we joke around. I mess your hair up and everything, right? Because I know it. You're so pristine on your hair and all that, and I'll just fucking you are, mate. You're constantly adjusting your hair and looking around, right? I couldn't give a shit if you had no makeup on, your hair. Look,
No, you couldn't.
I don't care, right?
But that's when I know you're a real
I'll tell
friend.
you how it is.
Yeah. And I have a few people like that who are just like, you know what? Like, we really don't care what you look like.
As long as you've got respect.
Yeah.
And, and we can talk and we talk about a load of stuff and we're open and on and that's it, right? That goes not just for you. This is my way of seeing people. I would never look at a person and go, oh, God, look at their face. I better not speak to them. Oh, God. Because that is just...
But people do it.
That's what's sad. It's pathetic.
Yeah. And once one person says it, everybody thinks
Jumps
that
on
it's
the
okay
bandwagon.
to laugh with them because they feel like they have to. And I don't know, and I think it does come down to self-insecurities and how you feel about yourselves, and you project that onto somebody who's actually naturally pretty because you're jealous of them, and unfortunately it happens.
If you're a good person, you've got a good, kind-hearted soul, you want the best for people, but not just that. You can love and appreciate yourself for who you are, I couldn't give her two. I don't give a shit about this. 100%.
It's who you are inside that matters.
100%. So I think now what we need to touch on is let's go over briefly what we've discussed.
Okay.
And how can we help brides overcome these challenges? Okay, so we're going to just touch on. The first thing you said was your dress. That would have been the most important thing to you. So my question to you, if your dress doesn't fit properly, you have, what happens if it malfunctions? What happens if I've put a little bit of weight on it and it no longer fits me? All of these worries will come into play with every bride. And another thing, I've had brides order dress sizes smaller than what they are because it gives them the motivation to lose the weight.
Yeah, me too.
But it doesn't always work that way. You could have a medical problem that can't help you lose weight or something like that. So that's another thing that brides need to be aware of. I'm sure much pressure and stress. They're not going to lose the weight.
I've heard as well that when you are stressed and stuff, your body can bloat.
Yes.
Is this a real thing? I've actually heard. So if you stress over your dress,
it's not going to work.
The Moraleys don't stress on the dress.
Yeah, I love that.
Because you're going to bloat.
Okay.
And it's not worth it.
So what would your advice be to brides in regards to dress? What can ease that anxiety when it comes to dress? My views would be things like find a dress that you know as soon as you put it on makes you feel
compliments you
amazing.
And I think that comes down to the supplier as well. Go
100%.
to somewhere where they're going to have their honest opinions, where they can actually openly say to you, I don't think that style's going to look as good as you as what this style's going to look. You know, they can advise and they know they are the professionals.
Because, again, I'm not sure on this because, again, I'm not a girly girl in dress. I tried dresses on and it was, again, I've never had a fucking dress in my life. And I tried so many different styles and it was the one I just knew.
And it's usually the one that you think is not going to be the right one.
Yeah, and I just knew. But it is true, isn't it, that dress styles can match
your
different dress body types?
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's absolutely true.
Okay.
So some dress styles can enhance your curves and make them look bang on, like Marilyn Monroe. Wow, she's my idol. But yeah, so and they just know, the professionals know. So find a decent dress.
Find a decent
bridal shop.
Speak to them about your concerns. Let them know and just be like, look, I don't like how my body is. I've got body
dysmorphia.
Yeah. I just don't like how my body is. I want a dress that's going to make me look a bit more. Again, I'm talking because I'm guessing. I have no idea about dresses. So
we should, what we'll probably do is probably get somebody in because they'd be able to tell us probably more on if they do have brides.
This would be a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think to take away the anxiety would be find a dress that makes you feel comfortable. Don't go for the trendy. Go for the comfortable because you're going to be in it all day.
And have plenty. They don't say checkup. It's not a checkup. They're not a doctor's.
No, it's not. So you go pop your dress
alterations.
on. But you will have alterations.
Yes.
When you do your alterations, don't do it early.
No.
Because that's going to put so much more stress and pressure on you to lose the weight to fit in it. And then what happens is you're stressed. You don't lose the weight. It becomes chaotic. And then you don't get into the dress. Oh, shit. Even more pressure.
There's so many things that they can do, like accessories even now. Like if you're worried about your arms, there's like gloves, there's sleeves and everything that they can add now. They're so amazing. It's so cool. Like if you are worried about your body and the way you look, honestly, mention this to the bridal shops because they are the professionals and they should know what is going to help you and help you feel confident on the day.
These people know, they see it all the time.
Absolutely. Instead of stressing, thinking, okay, now I need to lose loads of weight because that's the perfect dress, but now my body needs to fit that dress.
Exactly.
Why not just find the perfect dress in the first place and be able to be happy planning your wedding, knowing you haven't got to lose weight and that you've already got the perfect dress and you're going to look amazing anyway.
So now you've said that, let's just push on from that and talk about weight.
Yes.
Okay. like, there's so many brides out there that they get their wedding date and they're like, I have to lose weight. I want to come down to so many stone or kilograms or whatever.
Why?
But that's what they want.
But why? I don't know. Again, if you want to lose weight, it's for you. You do it for you. And the only reason I could think about it is because they just want to feel confident on the day. I think whenever you've got a big event, whether it's your own wedding or somebody else's wedding or any event that is special and important to you, you always do want to lose a bit of weight. It's always that. It's like when you go on holiday, I just need to lose a bit of weight so that I can get in my bikini, or, because it all comes down to you just want to feel confident in yourself.
Yeah.
So that's why brides do that, is because they just want to feel confident on their day. Mm-hmm. And I get it. Some will want to lose stones. Some will only want to lose a couple of pounds. But I understand why they want to lose it. It's just a thing, I think, that naturally comes to us.
So my advice to brides who want to lose the weight, again, I'm not a dietitian. I ain't got a clue or any of that.
No, never have I.
But find a healthy eating regime with food that you're going to enjoy.
Best thing to do is eat healthy and go to the gym.
Get a bit more active if you can't.
Talk to personal trainers. Get advice.
Find out
it's not my profession, so. But that's the route I would go down.
Yeah. If it was me and I wanted to lose weight, I would look around at diets that I would actually enjoy. So then I'd stick to them. Because if I'm enjoying the food, I'd more likely stick to them. One would be avoiding the crash diets, like eating a fucking piece of lettuce and
I've
cucumber.
done all the crash diets.
It don't work.
Every crash diet you can think of. I just put so much weight on back after
and
the crash diet.
Stress. Like, avoid the stress. We've just touched on that because the stress will make it worse.
See, I don't know. I didn't really experience stress when I was on the diets because I felt great, because that weight was just coming off like that. And I went so tiny at one stage and people was like, you look like a skeleton.
A skeleton.
Skeleton. You always tell me off, don't you, when I say that?
That's how you laugh. I just
How
think
do you
it's
say
funny.
it? How do you say it?
Skeleton.
Skeleton. People was like, you look like a skeleton. You've lost way too much. I felt great.
Do you feel... The way I see it is, I feel great. I've got a lot of energy. I like how I look.
Yeah.
That's it.
I felt amazing.
Well,
I had so much energy. I could wear outfits that I loved. And I honestly felt my best. Mm-hmm. But then I stopped the diet and I put double the amount of weight back on. And it was like, wow.
But this is where people need to find expert advice. I'm not an expert.
Absolutely.
You're not an expert.
And the older you get, the harder it is to lose.
Yeah.
So those yo-yo diets are not worth it.
Okay, skin and hair concerns.
Skin and hair. Hair, I don't think people are really concerned
But this
about.
is a really good thing for you because you are a hairdresser.
I am a hairdresser as well,
yes. So I can ask a little bit more probing questions here.
Okay.
For example, I'm going to go there again. I don't give two flying shits about my looks. However, I'm going bald, mate. I think it's the stress of working with you. Can you see the bald patch?
Like, no, not really.
Mate, there's bald.
Okay.
I'm coming to you as
that
a bride.
Could be you always putting your hair up, actually.
I always put my hair up.
That's
the reason
not
I put
good
my
for your
hair
hair.
up is because I can't stand it in my face.
I know, it's not good for your hair, though. Causes traction alopecia.
We've got a hair expert in, so I'm gonna. I could ask you a lot of questions about bridal hair.
Yeah, you could.
I think that'll be a good episode.
You could, yes.
Okay, so I'm a bride.
Okay, bride.
Tony.
Hello, bride.
Hi.
Hi, bride.
I've got a really bad bald patch here.
Okay.
But I don't like my hair down. I don't like it. It doesn't suit my face.
Okay.
What would you recommend? Because this is just...
If your hair's going thin, actually, what I'd probably recommend, you can actually buy hair fibres, and it's like a powder. So you put these powders literally into your hair, like you sprinkle it on like talc. I put talc in my hair. I use it like dry shampoo. I actually do. It works wonders. But these hair fibres are brilliant because they give the look of false hair, but you can't see them.
Where do I get this
it's
false
a powder
hair?
And it's just...
Where do I get it, Bab?
If you go to your local hairdresser, they can get it for you.
You're my local hairdresser?
No, I'm not. I'm not even a hairdresser anymore.
But you know where to get it. Can you get me some, please?
Nope.
I'll transfer the money.
I can if you want some.
Because this is a problem. Have you seen it, mate? Like, it's bad, man. It's bad. So let's talk about the skin routine. Because you said, like, brides go up to 2 years of skin routines.
I've known it before. Yeah, they've started their skin routines with 2 years, but prior. So they will start having first changing their cleansers, toners on the face. You know, everything that it's skin deep. They'll have different facials so that the skin's glowing, so that they're spot free. And you know what? Most of the times, because the bride is that stressed about getting spots,
don't they break
on the
out
day, they end up breaking out on the day. So
I didn't think of that.
And one of my brides who actually did this routine for 2 years had so many facials. Pretty much every couple of months she was having different facials. And then when it came to the wedding day, she says, "Look at my face," and she'd broke out on her face because she was that stressed about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show that all this stress is making
Stress is
everything
not
worse.
good. Yeah, stress is really not good for you.
Meditation.
Oh,
A lot
meditation.
of-
Oh, yoga.
Wusa.
Wusa. Have you been listening to that song?
What song?
Wusa.
No, I have not. Another thing.
It's like a trending song at the moment.
God, no, I'm not. Another thing that I think people need to do is speak to their makeup artists.
Yeah.
The experts. 'Cause again,
have a
I'm-
trial done.
Trials.
Both with hair and
If-
makeup.
So again, this bride that messaged me about her concerns or her stresses, it made her worse because she had a trial and it was a bad experience. So I think the most important thing is you need to go with suppliers that you can wholeheartedly trust.
Yeah, and I think if you
understand
have
your vision.
absolutely.
That would take, I think, if you have the right suppliers, the right photographers, the right hair and makeup, the right people around you giving this advice,
I mean,
that's going to make you feel so much more comfortable.
we have actually worked with some makeup artists and hairdressers who are so rude. And I have to say it, like,
you're
and
going there.
I am.
Okay.
Like, how, and these, like, they have no connection with the bride. Like, I don't really.
We walked into the room and you could
Yeah.
cut the atmosphere, the tension.
Until we got there, and then we have to big everybody up. But that's happened a few times, hasn't it?
But we've also worked with amazing makeup
Incredible. Incredible.
artists. Yeah.
So
But look,
again,
it's not about us, it's about the bride. If that makeup artist makes you feel amazing and you know on the day of your wedding you're not going to have any problems,
it all comes down to consultations.
Consultations.
Have them early, because if you don't like that makeup, it'll give you plenty of time to find somebody who you do like working with.
Yeah, and the same. We're not bullying makeup artists or anyone. Same goes with photographers.
Makeup artists are incredible. Like what they can do, I think.
Skilled.
Same as hairdressers.
Skilled.
Like, it's an art. It's still an
100%.
art.
Okay.
You know, it's great.
So I know we touched on it and talked a lot about this last week, but I think we really have to talk about it again today. But from a perspective from a bride, comparison to others on social media. We know everybody on social media, they're looking their absolute best. I don't know why I'm doing this, but again, like you said, it's majority of it is AI and filters and all that sort of stuff. So if it was me, if a bride is so fixated on social media and it's causing that much stress, come off social media.
Definitely.
Come off it. If it's
That's
causing
when you
that
know.
much shit,
That's when you know it's time to have a break. I have breaks constantly from social media. I hardly use it because I have to physically be in the right headspace to use social media because of the effects that it has on me.
Yeah.
Not only because it affects my looks, because I do, look at other girls, beautiful women on there and think, well, I want to look like them. And so not only does it have that impact on me, but then I've got the impact of imposter syndrome with other businesses, other photographers that I can see working, and me thinking, why my image is not looking like that, or why my image is not winning those awards. And you know, it's a thing that happens, constantly happens. So when you reach that stage, that's a dangerous stage. That's when you know, I need to take a break. I need to step away from social media. And you know what? It's okay to do that.
100%. And I think another dangerous aspect of social media, brides will always put their best photos on. Photographers will always put their best photos on that have been edited, retouched, all that sort of stuff. And that's the thing. People are comparing themselves, who hasn't had this professional makeup done and this professional photographer shooting their wedding and stuff and whatever magic they do with the editing. Again, everybody works different. You can't compare yourself to that until you're actually there. And I think a lot of people have also said to me, I was so focused and fixated on not looking, you know, I was stressing about not looking perfect. But when you gave me my wedding photos, I felt amazing. I looked incredible.
Absolutely.
I didn't realise I could look so beautiful. You need to stop comparing your version of a bride to everybody else's version of that bride.
Absolutely.
You are
social
unique
media
in your own way.
Social media is not real.
It's fake.
People will
It's
put
bullshit.
everything on that. Like, even now with weddings, real weddings, I know people now that are turning to AI.
Yeah.
Like, these weddings, some people will go and get married in a really cheap place, and they've taken that backdrop and they've put this bride and groom on a beach.
Tuscany.
On a beach, sunset, like beautiful. And don't get me wrong, it looks stunning. It, like, the way they've done it is incredible, but it's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real.
We've hit on all of the major parts. Again, you've gone really personal, and a lot of brides are going to pick up on that and go, Tony gets it. Like, this is the real deal. And again, I've gone very light on you because I was aiming to really go hard on you today and go, why did you have to do this one? But I get it. You threw a curveball pretty early on, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I can't drill this woman because I get it. And look, I think I'm very lucky in the way I think. I think there's a lot more people out there that think the way you think, and I have no right to tell you how you should feel about yourself. I have no right to do that. But what I do have a right is making you, when I'm around you, how do I make you feel comfortable and make you feel like you can be yourself, if that makes sense? So surround yourself with people that can bring the best out of you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If people are putting you down, then they don't deserve
They're
to
not,
be anywhere near you.
those are not the people for you.
Get rid of them. Fuck them off.
Especially if they're going to be involved in the wedding.
If they're going to have any input in the wedding.
Which you will have.
Yeah.
You will always have that.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard. Especially if it's family.
Off you fuck. Be tough. Because at the end of the day, nobody has the right to make you feel
the way,
like...
It's hard enough as it is.
Surround yourself with people that bring the best out of you. That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Self-confidence is a journey. And it's not a journey that's just for one day, which would be your wedding day. It's a journey that's for life. You're constantly working on you. So there's no point stressing about how you look just for that one day, because it's always going to be a journey. It's always going to be a part of who you are. So you just got to roll with it and not worry yourself on that day.
Happy? Any final
Very
thoughts? Because
happy.
I thought that was a really good ending.
Me too.
See you next week.
Peace out.
Ooh.